Now, the Ghana Bar Association is expressing worry about what it actually describes as increasing an upsurge in armed robbery cases and also violent crimes across the country. Now, according to the group, the security agencies would have to act immediately to reverse the trend of insecurity across the country. The latest demand from the Bar Association follows the murder of an Accra-based lawyer, Richard Bandobia, who was shot dead on the Bolibamboy Highway when he was embarking on a journey from Accra to Jirapa in the Upper West region. Already 3 suspects have been picked up, including a Beninois and a Malian, who have been accused by the police service as part of being, that syndicate that committed the crime. We can now listen to the Savannah Regional Police PRO Inspector Jekum Owusu, who's been giving further explanations on the latest matter.
Now, of some arrests that your effort has made, let me say congratulations. So, can you either confirm or otherwise about what we are hearing concerning some arrests?
Thank you. After the incident that was on the Saturday dawn, the whole command, the Savannah Regional Command, moved to the scene, and with the help of the intelligence unit of the region, we've been able to round up some 3 suspects, which we are profiling to see if they are the actual culprits.
But on what grounds were these 3 rounded up? Because there are a lot of people in that community so far as a crime is concerned. Why were they 3 rounded up? And are they the only number you are looking for, or you have a target?
We have a target for about 5. And this, you see, some people commit crimes and leave some traces. And as I said, with the help of the intelligence unit, we've been able to get these 3, which we are still hunting for other 2.
We are equally picking inside information that one of the 3 is a Benin national. Can you confirm or deny that?
One's investigation is still ongoing, and 2 are still outside that we want to get them. We would like to hide certain things. After we've profiled them and we get a substantive information or material, we will let you know.
Okay. Yesterday, you were talking about the nature of the road, the network, and what have you. We all know how that place is. But going forward, what do you think should be the way forward?
As per the road, we police cannot do anything about it, but it's purely the work of the government or the higher authorities. So we are augmenting our strength at that particular place. We are going to also erect or establish other snap checks to make it very visible police presence.
Where were your officers at the time the crime happened? Because Noiri, I learned you have a checkpoint there, and there's only police visibility there. As at 5:30 a.m., it's supposed to be 24-hour surveillance or patrol. Where were they?
Yes, as you said, 24-hour patrol. If somebody start a work Friday morning till Saturday morning, tiredness will set in. Going to, and even the police at that time were not far away from the incident, but it is only they have to patrol, so they move from one point to the other.
So that's the latest on the matter. Meanwhile, the Ghana Bar Association says it has noticed a worrying trend of an upsurge in armed robbery attacks across the country. Let's bring you excerpts of their concerns and then quickly talk to the Ghana Bar Association. While the Ghana Bar Association says it has noted with grave concern an upsurge in armed robbery and other violent crimes in the country. Now, the most recent of these violent attacks occurred on Sunday, which is that's the case that you've heard of right there, the police giving some updates on. Now, the Ghana Bar Association says that it would want to, first of all, commiserate with the families and colleagues of Richard Bandobia and families of all persons who've lost their lives as a result of armed robberies and other violent crimes. But then, the Ghana Bar Association says, with particular reference to the incident that we're talking about, it is imploring the relevant security agencies to carry out swift and thorough investigations of the incident in order to identify the perpetrators of this heinous crime and make them face the full rigors of the law. Beyond that as well, the Ghana Bar Association says it is urging the general public to volunteer information to the security agencies to enable them thoroughly investigate the matter with a view of identifying the perpetrators of the crime and making them suffer the consequences of their actions. Well, they're also placing a 20,000 Ghana cedis bounty on anyone who would help with the investigation. So why is the Ghana Bar Association concerned about this? Fortunately, we've been joined now by Public Relations Officer of the Ghana Bar Association, Xavier Kuja, who's joining us via Zoom. Thank you so much, sir, for your time. Why is the GBA concerned now, especially when many say you should have commented on this matter for some time now? You've been silent.
You mean the incident of Saturday?
Yes, you are now concerned that there's an upsurge in robbery across the country. But then you're laying that and pointing that to what happened over the weekend.
Thank you for the opportunity. We've always issued statements about violent crimes, particularly armed robberies. I can let you check from 2015 to date. We've always issued statements. And you know, many things happen at different times. And you must always you can take action at a point in time, and that is what exactly we've done. It is not as if because one of ours was involved. No, if you look at the tenor of the statement, it's a general statement, just doesn't make particular reference to that peculiar incident on Saturday. Hello?
With you. So, given this account, what then do you feel should be the way forward?
Your question again?
Yes, I'm asking about the way forward, how you intend that as a group we should be dealing with the matter.
Well, we are not security agencies. We can only cooperate with the security agencies and also solicit the support and the support of other agencies or sister agencies and the public to help the security agencies, because the 20,000 that we didn't put there is not for lawyers, or the information it's asking for is not for it's for members of the public and not lawyers. The information should be directed to the police, not lawyer. If you're able to identify a lawyer and give it to the lawyer, of course, will do the needful by forwarding to the security agencies. But what we're saying is that we encourage everybody in this country, because security is a matter of concern to all of us, to as much as possible volunteer information on every crime, not only this one. We are only using this one as an example. So going forward, that is what we can do, because we are not security experts.
In the meantime, we understand that you're also engaging family of the late lawyer. Have you spoken to them already? And what sense do you get generally from this family?
Well, we've not done that yet. We're likely to do that tomorrow. We may be visiting the office, and then later they will lead us to the home of our late colleague.
Generally, is there any connection or nexus between what's happening now in terms of an upsurge in armed robbery to the legal system itself? The belief is we can't delink what's happening, and that there's a need for us to reform our entire legal and criminal prosecution system. What's your take on that?
Well, there may be the need for a reform, but I'm not an expert to say that there's a nexus between the upsurge and the criminal legal system. I think the security experts or those criminologists will be able to do that. I'm a lawyer. I'm just a practitioner. I cannot stick my neck out to say that I've been able to establish a nexus between the upsurge in crime and the criminal legal system as we have it now.
Okay, but finally, for the Ghana Bar Association, is there any petition or perhaps some write-ups that we'll be expecting from you to, for instance, the security agencies, the IGP and other agencies to try and deal with this matter? Are we likely to see that in the coming days?
Well, as we indicated, we are ready to support. That is why we even offered that amount of money as reward for anybody who may volunteer information on the crime. And if you care to know, we've been collaborating with the security agencies all this while. That is why even come 30th of June, when we're going to our Marketers Day, we intend to invite the security couples, especially the IGP and the Chief of Defense, to be part of us. That is part of the collaboration that we've been doing. And we've always paid courteous calls on them to know the role that they expect us to play as lawyers. And they've also always indicated to us the expectations that they have of us as lawyers.
And I guess the concern should not just be about lawyers, but also the bench as well, ensuring their security and security for, by extension, your officers and persons who work within the judicial system. How urgent?
That concern is for all people living within the borders of Ghana. Whether you're a Ghanaian or a foreigner, once you live within Ghana, you must feel safe, and you shouldn't have any shred of insecurity around you when you're dealing with your day-to-day activities. So it's not only about the legal fraternity and the bench, but it should be for generality of guidance. That is what we're talking about. We're not singling out ourselves. That's not about it.
And very recently, the National Security Minister, for instance, engaged the judges of the Superior Court and some officers of the judiciary. It's clear that there's an imminent need for the courts to open up and be more transparent, so more and more people appreciate the processes and then don't get frustrated and vent their anger attacking lawyers and other officers of the courts. What's your take on that as well?
I think that is a good move or a good suggestion, but we must be very cautious as to how we do it. If you remember at the our media conference, the Attorney General suggested that it's high time we opened up the court for cases that he described as the case of public interest to be aired publicly. And when I was interviewed, my position was that, of course, first and foremost, we must define what constitutes cases of or a case of public interest. You know, in court proceedings, a lot of things happen. Some of them are not meant for public consumption, because a judge may be trying a case and just pass a comment, which is not part of the records. That is why you always must apply for what we call the certified true copy of the records of the court. No matter the records you have as a lawyer, as a litigant, the only record known to the court and recognized and deemed to be legitimate is that of the court. So, well, we with regards to the National Security Minister meeting the judges, of course, National Security Minister and his team also met with the lawyers on the national security strategy. The essence of that meeting, I believe, same for the judges, was to let them know the role expected of them as far as the implementation of the national security strategy is concerned.
Okay, now I thought that would have been the last one, but then all of this is flowing up from the attack on your member, Mr. Bandubia, who we are learning of now. There's the dead, confirmed dead as a result of the attacks. Now, do we know what kind of a lawyer he was and how he contributed, for instance, to the development of the Ghana Bar Association?
Well, he was a member in good standing, and he was called to the bar in 2016, I'm told. And I can't describe him as a hardworking lawyer, because having been called to the bar only in 2016 and managed to form partnership with other lawyers, I think that he must be a good lawyer. And I've spoken to a few classmates. I was told he was a calm person, but very brilliant.
Anyway, it's sad that we've lost him, but we'll see what the Ghana Police Service will do about this. You're offering 20,000 Manti, right?
Exactly so.
We'll see if that will help in the process, but we're grateful that you've been able to spend some time with us here on The Pulse. Now.